can hear the rage in his voice. Thundering bombs falling from lips as delicate as autumn leaves in the springtime. You don't belong. The sound of lost power conjures in his throat and echoes violently as he yells for hands to go above heads, for knees to buckle on pavements, and for responses in defense of themselves to cease, to stop and be frisked. In the last decade, more than 88% of the people that were stopped by stop and frisk laws in New York City were Black and Latino. 9 out of 10 of those people were innocent of any wrongdoing. Of the 600,000 people that were stopped last year, only 1% were carrying weapons. This is a war on Black bodies. Pistol whipped into 3 colors: red, the color our skin splatter the ground daily in rejected rainbows of different hues, the color of the scarlet letter of rejected people. White. Colonization has reared its ugly head around again. It has convinced us that we are modern day slaves, shackled to the creed that simply because our president is Black, that a change is gonna come, that it is his responsibility to free us from our own ignorance. A wise man once said, the best way to hide something from Black people is to put it in a book. And speaking of books, when prison beds are created, they are determined by whether or not the Black boy can read by the 3rd grade. If he can't read by then, a prison bed awaits him. And since everything ugly and negative in history has been associated with the color Black, we don't sympathize with the color white by choice. It is by default. So loving myself, something this Black and this ugly, is considered a revolution. Blue. Uniform suits. And those shiny badges they wear to adorn themselves like Christmas ornaments. This is a war on Black bodies, strange fruit, running from the red, the white, and the blue. Some things are simple. Not everything is as it seems, but it's starting to seem a lot like stop and frisk sounds like stop and shoot when you stand your ground. It has become a legal, organized crime in this country, America, home of the brave and land of the free. The word American means white. Everybody else has to hyphenate. Wake up, because if you're not careful, they'll kill you too and say you asked for it. And don't tell me to stop talking about it, that this is a subject you've heard numerous times before. We will yell it from the snow-covered rooftops until something happens. We will pray our ancestors' songs drown out their sirens. We will convince the world that your injustice has played in our bloodstream, the way sunlight amuses itself on water, and still we know an angry fist is just wilted fingers. Flowers fallen in drought, they always seem to bloom. Berg and the Upper-Eastside is where they're sought out. Our hands were open invitations to build this country, yet slaughtered when we used our mouth. So don't tell me to stop talking about it. This is a war on Black bodies, the bodies of Renisha McBride, Marissa Alexander, Michael Giles, Troy Davis, Sean Bell, Amadou Diallo, Oscar Grant III, Jonathan Farrell, Sean Wright, Tyson Jerome Barnett, Robert Cotton, Trayvon Martin. It would be important to you too if your sons were the targets. My main point is this: young Black men, I cry for you. In society, you've lied to him. With every tighter grasp of your handbag as he walks by, every confused, furrowed eyebrow when you saw him in a black hoodie, every extended scrutinization of his paperwork as he adjusted himself nervously in your interview seats, every impersonation of a musician and an athlete as all he should aim to be and more. You've lied. You are more than a rap song in a prison cell, Black boy. You are the booming populace of the Yoruba people. You are the dark-skinned schoolboy still dreaming. You are Nelson Mandela's contribution to this world, where your obliteration was once desperately sought out. Your fathers fought, and so you still stand in all your glory.